Whoa! Okay, this is gonna be a quickie stream. So, if my volumes are off, let me know because they should be still adjusted to Luke.
Lord.
Oh no, they are very adjusted to you, aren't they?
Fuck.
Oh, there's no game sound right now.
Yeah, no, it's coming through so loud I can't even hear you.
Whoa! What the fuck?
What is that?
Is it the mic?
What?
Is it like what's the noise?
It's like background music. Listen.
That's an ad,
How is that possible? There's nothing
or at
open.
least the sound of an ad.
But nothing's open that could be playing that, honey.
I don't know.
Give me my headphone back, please.
Let me see if it's going on my phone.
What the hell was that? And it's...
Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Do we somehow get a phantom pre-roll ad? What? I would love to have that explained, but no one would have been here early enough, I think. But that's okay. Do you think I'm good to go? Think we're good?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Okay, cool. I'm good. Just go. I don't have a lot of time today because we are going to a party later tonight. And so we have to get dinner a little early because I don't think dinner's being served. It didn't say on the invite, which is great.
Okay, so that was my phone playing that. So the people at home didn't even hear that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Thanks, phone. You're great. So I need to stop playing with this necklace. It's a clatterer. So we're gonna just go. We're gonna go. Wow. So this is the cargo hold, huh? Oh, goodbye, Gumshoe. Have fun exploring. It's so big. He's having such a good time. Holy shit, that's a lot of cases. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and an ultra luxurious first class seating. This plane cannot exist. I don't think it can anyway. So this is the real scene of the murder? There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Highly flammable. Good. Okay, suitcase is open. I'm going to start all the way over here. Hello, bed sheets. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Edgeworth, listen to your boyfriend. Let him tell his story. Oh, Jesus. I swallowed spit. I didn't know that this plane was capable of carrying such large pieces of cargo. This thing's as tall as two of you on top of each other, sir. It would probably take 20 of you to cover the entire surface of this monstrosity. What, really? Huh. Yeah, I guess that sounds about right. Okay, guys, quick. Game theory. How big is Gumshoe, thus how big is statue? Go. I need the area. There really is no need to take that throwaway estimate seriously, Detective. But knowing you, Edgeworth, you're probably correct. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. What are you, Robin? These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass. And Miss Tenero wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments? How odd! I know what that goes to, but I'm gonna look at everything first. Oh, hello. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in with, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we take a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file? And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. It looks like a profile on Franziska. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? Weird, Franziska. I'm gonna look at everything else first. All sorts of boxes are piled up on here. I just realized I didn't pull up chat. Hold on, everybody. I've made a mistake. Oh, Scheiße! There we go. Everything is well again. Oh, thank you. I do need this. Oh, come on. Let me plug in my phone. Goddamn. Thank you. There we go. This one says flammable. And this one... And this one, it says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. What? Just what kind of operation is this airline running? I don't know. I just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, detective. It can't move. Oh, yeah. I guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the attendant's room and the elevator control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. Hello. Tell me your secrets. Have you noticed anything strange happening around here? No, sir! I haven't noticed a thing! I'm not sure that he meant to sound so oblivious. You're fired. Hello, Franziska. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Why? That was loud. I've been following a very large and involved government-level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. You know, I don't hear about much about, like, Interpol these days. Is that, like, real? Interpol is involved? It's a top-secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. Okay. Logic time. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses! Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the charge would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses' lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. But so you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Edgeworth, I want you to take that sentence. Hold it close to your chest for the remainder of your entire franchise. Oh, it is? Is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it is a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. I think I can connect these two. Aha! Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska? Oh, I know! I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir! Okay. It's a little weird, but whatever. Franziska said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. She's in trouble. You're in trouble. Hello. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figured it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first! So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent, then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow! Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately. I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see. But this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew, and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases, and they entered the elevator. But while they were writing it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Yay! That was fast. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? You smuggy bitch. I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Alrighty. I feel like, I know we know, like, do we have any info on, like, oh, the captain and so-and-so are real sweet with each other. I didn't think there was anything on the back of that. We have no idea what that is. Okay, I think we're just gonna have to press things. But it's highly likely that the key card was stolen from Miss Tenero. Ah, it's been a while, Franny. It's highly likely? Is that possibility the best you could come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Yes, well, I don't have any evidence. Be quiet. You're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the key card that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon? The Captain Ugo piggy bank? Yugo? It's actually Yugo, I guess. Yes, she is also the only person with the key to open that display case. Do I have something for that? I don't think I have anything for that right now. So we'll press it. But that is a fake! Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth! You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon, and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? I want to say the body. Because this is the crime scene, but I mean, they said oh, but they're not. I think it's the crime scene then. I haven't seen any luminol stuff. Yeah, let's go with that. I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail. We might turn up the murder weapon if we search all of the cargo and luggage. Did you think I haven't thought of that? Even now we're searching through them. But we haven't found anything that even closely resembles a murder weapon. Oh. Okay. We should examine the body then. Franziska, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy! Yes, sir? Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy. Right now, you bitch. Yes, sir! We got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report, now! The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back? He was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Miss Ancient Hicks. It wasn't just his head the killer went all out on and hit him multiple times, sir. Instantaneous death. That's at least nice. It was good. It was instant. Bruising head to mid-back. Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless! No! Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there! No, you remove yourself from my way! What is all that racket? Hi, buddy. They're squaring off. My luggage. Where is your accent? My cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he get... Hey, what are you? You have left me no choice but to use strong force! Ah! You won't get past me! Oh. This is... Wait, that's it? So that's what this whole thing has been about. Sir, you're watching a man die. Sir, Edgeworth? Edgeworth! Oh, good. The poor guy didn't die. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over. which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is in one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. I think I might be jumping the gun a bit with this one. I am. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Hello? Perhaps it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What's that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Franziska! What? What do you want? I found it, Franziska. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped! Gosh, she's the only one who gives a shit. He's like, should I call an ambulance? I don't know what to do. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt! We should go check on him, sirs! There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Or gumshoe. Come on, then. Show me this real murder weapon you speak of. I don't have anything. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as, that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what do you mean, dude? By incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what was the real cause of death. Free fall, baby. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane! I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean. Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then... we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. Hey, you! Tell me you're dead, pal! Because the dead will answer. Quiet! Why are you screaming? He's alive! And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, sir! I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there! So there is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. As if there could have been a window of time when that giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What? It is the layover. Hello? No, hello. Right? Yeah, transfer cargo. You refueled in the Republic of Zhangfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhangfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Oh, yep, Zhangfa Express. Oh, it's labeled Zhangfa Express! Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhangfa. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhangfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Ancient Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Stop playing with the necklace, brain. Stop fidgeting. It clicky-clack. Get over there. Get in there. It's a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. A leaf red statue. Never heard of it. Nor I, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Then let's get investigating, sir. Oh. Good job, officer. Good job. Look here! Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission! What was the accent I gave you, sir? Ah! Don't rush up on me like that, pal! So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. Hello. Please don't bite my head off. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc? Of course it is mine! I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe! Oh, I gotta find it. I had a good accent yesterday. This olive red statue is worth 10 million cents! No, maybe much, much more! Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, detective. Darn. How did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year, sir. We do live together, detective. You are my boyfriend. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun, I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is that 10 million cents? Is that in euros or in dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It is a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. Yeah, LeBlanc does suck. He's... rich bitches suck. Alright, do I need to do a logic thing? It might have been stolen, LeBlanc. Let me look at your shit. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, I would hate to meet half the Phoenix Wright characters. If I met them in real life, I'd rather die. But I love them in the games. If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, and it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zhangfa, I think I need to question him a bit further. Hello. Again. Your statue isn't real. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? Franziska, that's exactly what he said. That is... You know, that the title of the paper is what he said. He just didn't say it with caps. Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. Cool. I can't read this. What does it say? It says as plain as day, the cargo was put onto a plane in Europe. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in this certificate. No, that's... Which means that there never was a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. Horseshit. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right.
Oh, wow, everything got moved. Did you do that, LeBlanc? That was fast. Oh, I'm touching my cord. That was careless of me. This. I know I've seen this somewhere before. This is the leaf red. Where's the red? It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it.
This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
Oh, cool. Worth 10 million cents. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Hello. So this is the infamous a leaf red statue, hmm? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There is something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. We don't even need to do that. Because my guys. Oh, my guys. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. Bless you, Gumshoe. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah, sir, they're red. Good job, detective. You get a gold star. Gumshoe will get it one day. One day and LeBlanc will get it too. Oh, they're all dumbasses. I guess logic is a superpower with everyone being so dumb. As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc!
What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I know you 2 seconds of your answer.
Oh, I allow you 2 seconds of your answer. Your leaf red? I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like there's going to be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but...
What is it? What is that? Sympathy for what?
You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes.
That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you.
Don't hit on Gumshoe. He's taken by 2 people.
I wasn't talking about the 2 of us.
I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo.
Why the sudden yelling? Now then, oh. It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. No!
Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. Oh.
A fake!
Oh, he didn't fall over that time. I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhengfa. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Oh, we will? What? Oh, I guess I gotta go look at down below. Nope, I didn't want to look at that. Shut up. Yeah, I want to go below. Let me go. Let me go. How do I go down? There we go. Ah. What's this? The statues look like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. Kind of resembles its owner's attitude in a sense.
What did you say now?
What did you said now?
Further, my clothing hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen.
Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate.
Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it.
What? Oh, trespasses, right. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, but what do I present evidence-wise? That's what I need to know. Oh, here we go. Maybe I present that. Okay, deduce. Boopity, boopity. There is clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Ah! Oh, that's not possible! What it is, it shouldn't be this way. For the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo is... I gotta stop playing with you, necklace. was brought on board in Zhengfa. There is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhengfa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask you in return. What about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There is only one reason why. To secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. He could have just as easily inspected all the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true. However, you have it backwards, Franziska. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed. But he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. Yay! I guess the victim knew the real version of this was going to be getting nabbed, huh? Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhengfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhengfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move this statue immediately! I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now! Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Alif Red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol and there was a reaction. Oh, God! I see. There was a reaction to luminol. An indication that there was blood in that spot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? I forgot you're bad with blood. It would seem that my deductive reasonings were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? With alcohol. The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhengfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhengfa? There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhengfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Recall Miss Meal's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhengfa. She said 5. She saw him in a seat. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but... That totally contradicts the facts, sir! But why would she lie about something like that? I wonder, Franziska. I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. Oh, hi, honey. Okay.
Oh my god, I forgot these cases are so goddamn long. Let me think. My makeup shouldn't take too long. I'll try to finish this case up at least. And if I have to stop, I have to stop. It's all good. Hi, Meal. God, I love Cammy. I love her sprite work. So I love all the sprite works in these games. They're actually really damn good. Miss Meal. Miss Meal! Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we departed from Zhangfa? Huh? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible, because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhangfa. Oh? Miss Cammy Meal. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did? No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Meal. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. Oh my god. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way to resolving this contradiction. Very well. Miss Meal, if you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Well, we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Crazy. Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. Oh, good night. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self.
How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake up!
Huh?
She fell asleep again. Looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Do I press her here too? Sure. Wake up, Miss Meal!
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant! Why ask me to wake her when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use? Guys. I think she's gonna need more than smelling salts. I think this girl is both drinking a bitch ton of chamomile tea and probably on some ridiculous drugs. If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class in the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda.
Then what were you doing in the attendance room at that time?
Eating, and then having a most delicious dream.
You mean you were neglecting your duties?
No way! Sleeping's part of our job too, you know.
Is it? Well, I get the same thing if I press this one too. How many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up!
I'm awake. I'm not.
What did you whip me for, sir?
Ooh, what'd I miss?
Oh, you just activated like her kinka sense, I guess, is what you did. A poor detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead.
Really? Sorry about that.
You can make amends for that by continuing with your testimony. So you were alone the entire time, were you?
Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi.
Oh? Well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi. So, yeah, we're gonna... Yes. Miss Meal, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's not possible that you were alone in that attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. because a certain lady bought a suitcase. Do I have that in a testimony? Hold on. I gotta double check. Okay, no. Boom. I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal.
Huh? A receipt? For what?
It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Miss Tenero.
Yes?
I didn't see the space / the punctuation.
Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now.
I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct?
Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which, I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off.
And did you see Miss Meal there at that time?
No.
So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Oh, goodbye. Miss Cammy Meal!
Huh? The bathroom?
I'll be the one to ask the questions here!
Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know.
Do you take me for a fool? It's a little too convenient to be true.
But it's the truth. Cross my heart.
I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage.
You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you'd think then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too? She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious.
Please let's leave Miss Tenero out of this conversation, even though I brought her here specifically to be part of conversations. Only you are under suspicion for now.
I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda.
Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. Can't very well let her escape, can't I?
Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kind of like...
I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Gumshoe, tell them I'm gay.
Let's see.
And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal?
I take care of the attendance room.
That doesn't count!
Aw, but I spend so much time in there. It might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages, so she assists passengers who may not speak English, especially those who speak Borginian. She is the only one on this flight who is fluent. Oh, you mean that kind of what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
What else could I have meant?
Yeah, so I'm really good at Borginian.
She's fluent in Borginian. Yes, Edgeworth! And I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian.
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian.
Very interesting. Do I present this? Yeah. I don't know. Oh, cool. I do. Exactly. Maybe I'm on the side, maybe. I kind of also like that ship. So, you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct? God damn it, me.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while.
Oh, the sprite work is so good. It's so cute. If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. To lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Aleph Red could not have occurred. React, please. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. It is exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off that document, but you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There is no direct correlation, after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
Really? All you did was sign it?
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So sorry about that.
Seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight.
Suppose, and this is just a supposition, the bubbles. Even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring.
Well, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes.
She just shot bubbles at me. How dare you? So perhaps there is some element of a setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? Don't worry. I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero, who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can.
You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't.
Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. Yep. Oh, God. Let's see. Fuck. I don't think the suitcase was actually the reason. I don't think that... It's also opportunistic is the problem. Ah, fuck. Is it the suitcase? I think it's the suitcase. Okay. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so?
Oh, she angry. Oh no, the bear. Oh no, Ugo.
The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. Huh. Please don't get soap in my eyes. I'm sensitive. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whoever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree?
Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway?
This is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case.
I assume it was because it was when it took... ooh. Is it who or when? Probably when, because there was a lot of changing time of death. And I want to say yeah. Oh, damn it. Just skip through. Just skip through.
Don't fall asleep! So it had to have been where, because it just all led to... Yeah. The special circumstances is simple. That the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there is no choice but to frame either Miss Tenera or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenera or myself, but you, Miss Camille. Only you and you alone could be the killer. And? Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture. Yeah, this one. I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing. And still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? It's missing, Franziska. In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece that I kept getting stuck on. Ah! And that is the victim's cell phone. Franziska, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks' cell phone. Or at least, that's what you told me. That's right! But Agent Hicks' cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean, the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer. Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Franziska, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Of course I do. Agent Hicks' phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir! I hear it, detective. Now where's it coming from? Miss Mille, wake up! Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I got sleepy all of a sudden because it sounded like a lullaby I used to love as a child. I better find that cell phone fast. Is it? Oh, it might be. Is it back here? Yeah, no, where's the cell phone, bitch? Give it to me. Oh, it's upstairs? Oh, okay. Would have just been good to say, it's from upstairs! It's not in here! The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir! Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it! The ringing is coming from somewhere around here! But it's not here, sir! Why do I have such a bad feeling about where we're going to find the phone? The ring is coming from in here, sir! What? No, it can't be! This has got to be the victim's cell phone! Just whose locker is this, sir? It's Miss Tenero's. What? Oh, hi, LeBlanc. You've joined us, too. So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone? I found it in the flight attendant's room, in Miss Tenero's locker. What? But... Rhoda Tenero! I don't know anything about the phone! It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away. Wait! I have a theory! This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, They conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time.
This is related to the key card, all right, in the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one bird we cannot ignore.
What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer baseless conjecture at this point. Right then, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? He must have something very incriminating on or in it. I wish to look at the phone. What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. You, I guess. Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of his smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about how this kind of basic stuff, sir.
This looks like a very similar model to my own, and mine can take photos just fine.
Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone.
I'll find a way, don't you worry about that. May I go to sleep now?
The LCD screen on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data.
What? What do you mean by that, Francisca?
It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Francisca, your phone, if you please.
Very well. It's transferring. All right, displaying it now.
This is...
Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case.
Hey, the olive red's nowhere in this pic, sir.
But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
Ouch, she's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use?
God, I don't remember. Is there anything in this box? In this photo that can be used? God, I don't know. Something was updated in here, I swear. Oh my god, it's been a hot minute. I don't think it's this. I guess I could just examine. Boxes of bed sheets. They are still in the cargo hold, though. There's nothing unusual about them in particular, but I can't shake the feeling. If you're just playing around, mind if I go home?
Yes, I mind! What exactly is different between then and now? What's all this?
Oh, they are cargo shipped from Virginia to Zhengfa.
So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me about the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere.
One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says... It is cloth in English.
Cloth? Could it be... Is this where the killer...
What? What is for that scary face?
Miss Meal.
Yeah?
It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is.
Ha! Maybe you should enforce your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
The Borginian cargo that this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. It's this.
Yay. And what is that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I've finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zangfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Camille.
That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Borginian.
Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature.
What?
There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first.
This one.
Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir. Good job, Gumshoe. Precisely, and the bed sheets could be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say?
So what are you trying to say?
That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. Do you have any explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold, so they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zangfa! That's right. That's why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Camille. You and you alone.
Oh, is that like a stretch Armstrong bear? I can't remember.
It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zangfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. Ugh. So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zangfa? Her breakdown's great. I miss the good old Ace Attorney breakdowns. They're grand. He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. Brought him here. Started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. Oof. Whoa. We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. Jesus, it was scary, sir. She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. Looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just wanted to say how much I appreciated everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that... Well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at Go You Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go. I'm so glad I'm done with that voice.
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy was it fun. Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Franziska? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yeah, Miss Von Karman's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case. Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? You got it, sir!
Oh, you're gonna say bye to Franziska like from the second game?
Franziska?
I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter.
I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met.
I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. What was that word? Oh my god. Just who do you think I am?
You are Franziska von Karma, a very proud prosecutor. Oh my god, what is happening to my voice? Prosecutor deserving of much respect.
Not only a little while ago, but I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing... What?
Is that a dog breed? Pirate? Pure...
That! Living her life on the name and fame of her invincible father built.
True, your father Manfred von Karma didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible.
What are you talking about?
The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling routes we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture. Ah, I'm losing it. Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes, I suppose you can.
Plus, there's another agent on this case with me.
Oh? Another agent?
He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows? You may even run into him one day.
I was simply caught up in this one case. Hardly see why we would cross paths.
I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same.
I'm not following you.
This is a threat, Edgeworth. You're being stalked by Interpol. You've committed crimes. You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full.
Bye, girl.
See you later.
And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness, I can finally rest easy, knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. Oh, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm going to celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Edgeworth, pay the poor man.
Just how much did you cut his salary by, Franziska? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office. Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Thus I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Franziska von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Oh. Edgeworth speaking. Finally, I'm gonna just pretend this is Nick, I guess. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. Oh, nope. And you are? Have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy? It's old. Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct? Ah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son. He's been kidnapped.
Oh my god. Oh no. Yay. Okay. I will be calling it here. I went longer than I meant to. I gotta go finish getting ready, and then we gotta go make food, get food. I don't know. Remember what we're doing. And then we go to a party. So thank you all for joining me. And I will hopefully be able to play this again later. / whenever I feel like it. There's a con coming up, so I don't know if that's going to happen next week. But we'll see if I get my shit done. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys later.